Can you really grow taller at any age? Yes, you can, by manipulating your bones. Don't believe me? This is the same principle used by a Russian high jumper, who grew from 5 foot 4 inches to 6 foot 2 inches. It's called bone space hacking. This is the reason why athletes have longer bones due to repeated decompression and stretching habits. This also supports the Wolff's Law theory, which stated that bones of a healthy animal will adapt to the stress it experiences over a repeated time. Unlike microfractures, which only support mechanical stress, this also involves hormonal stress. Sounds interesting? It's not just interesting, it's powerful, scientifically backed method for growing taller, especially when combined with stretching, high-intensity workout like sprinting, slow-wave sleep, and spiking HGH and IGF-1 levels. Rustam Akhmetov's height increase is due to the repeated practice of bone space hacking to its extreme levels. But how do we apply this to grow taller? Growth plates. When we apply the right stimuli to our growth plates, they will grow, vertically and stronger. But how do we do it? Your bones can remodel itself in response to the stress you apply. So if you apply certain methods where your bones need to lengthen, they will grow. This is where stretching comes into play. Not just any stretching, stretching before sleep. So how does it work? You grow taller through your growth plates, those gap-like structure located at the ends of your long bones. If your growth plates are still open, as shown here, you can stimulate the production of more bone cells. Even if you have crossed puberty, don't need to panic. No matter when your puberty ends, your growth plates does not fully close till the age of 22. So you still have time to grow taller. The key? Keep those gaps in your growth plates as open as possible, especially when your HGH and IGF-1 levels are at their peak. And I'll also tell you how you can manipulate your hormones to their peak. Here's the science. When you maintain a wider gap in your growth plates, coupled with high HGH and IGF-1 levels, your body increases the production of bone cells, filling the additional gaps you created. By hacking the space between our growth plates, our legs and spine get a signal to remodel itself, to help support the change. This is similar to why giraffes have insanely long necks and limbs. It's because they have to eat leaves which are at the top of the tree. Over time, their body gets familiar to this change, and their bones gets remodeled to help the habit. This is Wolff's Law in action. But why do stretching in the night and not in the day? It's because you will be peaking your hormones in the light. And in the night, you are going to create more gaps than your body is used to. Do you know when do our bones elongate? It's in our sleep. Imagine this. You have more HGH and IGF-1 levels in your body when you sleep. And these hormones are responsible for producing bone cells. When you create more gaps in your growth plates, the bone cells gets more space to produce more bones. More space in the gaps, more space for the bones to grow, resulting in an elongated bone. There is no other more powerful and faster way to increase height than this. This is bone space hacking. There is one more reason why you don't stretch in the light. It's because during the entire day, your body is experiencing gravity, thus compressing your bones and reducing the possible space for the growth plates to produce more bone cells. In my book, I have listed only the few selected stretching exercises which benefits this practice. There are hundreds of stretching exercises that are a waste of time and energy, only added to make the articles look more scientific and forcefully extensive for readers. Remember, growing taller is a smart work, not a hard work, and no amount of magical ginger can make you taller. So do what works and eliminate the bullshits. Hormone hacking to peak your hormones so you can produce the highest amount of bone cells. Follow these 4 simple steps. Step 1. Intermittent fasting. People always get this wrong. There is a very big difference between starving, dieting, and fasting. There are tons of research papers that proves that intermittent fasting can produce up to 2,000% more HGH in your body. How do we do it? The 16-to-8 rule. This involves fasting for 16 hours and covering all the nutrition in an 8-hour window. When we fast, there is insane increase in HGH levels in our body. And after fasting, we are consuming twice the amount of food we usually consume. Obviously, if you are fat and have a lot of fat in your body, you need to get rid of that before even trying to grow taller. because fat decreases testosterone in our body and also increase estrogen in our body, both of them, which cause the early closure of our growth plates. So fast for 16 hours to spike HGH levels in our body and eat within the 8-hour window. Step 2. Insulin spiking for IGF-1. This hormone works alongside HGH to stimulate bone cell production. The HGH does not directly elongate our bones, it's the IGF-1 which does it. But here's the catch, because when we are fasting, our IGF-1 levels decrease drastically. Our HGH increase, but our IGF-1 goes down. So after breaking your fast, consume a high-carb meal to spike the insulin levels. Pair it with foods rich in amino acids like chicken, fish, or eggs. These foods are critical for producing IGF-1. Timing is everything. When done correctly, your body enters a growth-ready state, ready to fill the gaps in your growth plates. Step 3. High-intensity workout. Now let's take it up a notch with high-intensity workouts. Why? Because they can increase HGH levels up to 400%. These workouts put your body into a state of controlled stress, forcing it to release massive amount of HGH. Exercises like sprinting, massage jumps, basketball or volleyball. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. The goal? This creates an environment in your body where bone cell production operates at maximum capacity. Step 4. Slow wave sleep. The final step is slow wave sleep, also known as deep sleep. Without it, everything you do, fasting, workouts, stretchings, won't work, because sleep is the only time when you are growing. Andrew Huberman, in his research, states, the largest amount of growth hormone is released during the first deep, slow-wave sleep cycle. So sleep is the final gear in the machine to stimulate growth. How it all connects? When you follow these 4 steps, you maximize your HGH and IGF-1 levels. You successfully create wider gaps in your growth plates through stretching. And during sleep, your body works overtime, filling those gaps with new bone cells. This is bone space hacking in action. You're not just relying on genetics anymore. You are manipulating your biology to grow taller, deliberately, strategically, and effectively. And if you are serious about growing taller, couple it with the Beyond Genetics Guide, in which you can equip every possible method of growing taller that exists in detail. Your growth plates won't stay open forever. This is your chance to take control of your height. Don't just dream about growing taller, make it happen.